The Jacksonville Jaguars announced the resignation of the strength coach Chris Doyle on Friday night, not long after an organization that promotes diversity in the NFL called the recent decision to hire Doyle simply unacceptable. Doyle, whose hiring by the Jaguars was announced on Thursday, left the University of Iowa's football staff last year after a number of current and former Hawkeyes players said he had fostered a culture of bullying and racism. The Associated Press first reported a statement from Jaguars coach Urban Meyer saying that Doyle had resigned and that he had accepted the resignation. "Chris did not want to be a distraction to what we are building in Jacksonville," Meyer said in his statement. "We are responsible for all aspects of our program and, in retrospect, should have given greater consideration to how his appointment may have affected all involved. We wish him the best as he moves forward in his career." Earlier on Friday, Rod Graves, the executive director of the Fritz Pollard Alliance, which is named for the first black head coach in the NL, released a statement that said, Doyle's departure from the University of Iowa reflected a tenure riddled with poor judgment and mistreatment of black players. His conduct should be as disqualifying for the N as it was for University of Iowa. Doyle, who was Iowa's strength and conditioning coach, reached a separation agreement with the university in June, ending 2 decades of work there. The Jaguars' hiring of Doyle, who is white, came at a time of intense scrutiny of the N.'s hiring practices and questions about whether minority candidates for coaching jobs have equal opportunities to be hired. "I've known Chris for close to 20 years, Meyer said on Thursday when questioned about hiring someone who had been accused of mistreating athletes, particularly black players. Doyle was the strength coach at the University of Utah in the late 1990s, a few years before Meyer was hired as the head coach there. Urban Meyer's statement, "I've known Chris for close to 20 years, reflects the good old boy network that is precisely the reason there is such a disparity in employment opportunities for black coaches," Graves said in his statement. Meyer, who won 2 college national championships as the head coach at Florida and 1 at Ohio State, has not coached since 2018 and has not worked in the N before. He officially hired Doyle as Jacksonville's director of sports performance and said that the decision had been scrutinized at the highest levels of the franchise. "We did a very good job vetting that one," Meyer told reporters on Thursday. During a news conference last week, N Commissioner Roger Goodell said that he was not satisfied with the rate at which coaches of color have been hired in the NL, which has 32 teams. "It wasn't what we expected," he said of the diversity in the round of hirings after the 2020 season, "and it's not what we expect going forward."